Hello. In this video, we want to let f of x equal 2x minus 1 and g of x equal the square root of 3x plus 5. We want to find the following: g of f of 4, f of g of 4, and f of g of negative 2. Okay, so on A here, we're going to look at where an f of x is equal to 4 first of all. Well, sorry, not when f of x is equal to 4, but when x is equal to 4 for the f of x. So that's where we're going to begin at least. So we're looking at g of f of 4. So we're going to go back to the f function, and all the x's are going to be replaced with 4, making that 2 times 4 minus 1. And then just simplify. 2 times 4 is 8, 8 minus 1 is 7. So really what this is asking us for is, what is g of 7? In other words, take this value and go to the g function, and anywhere where you see the x's, replace it with 7. So this is going to give us the square root of 3 times 7 plus 5. And then just simplify. 3 times 7 is 21, 21 plus 5 is 26. So this would be the square root of 26. Now, let's look at this in terms of f composed of g of 4. So f composed of g of 4. Now, notice that we need to first figure out this middle portion, which means we need to go back to the g function, and anywhere where you see the x's, replace it with 4. So this is going to become f of the square root of 3 times 4 plus 5. And then just simplify. 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 5 is 17. So it's going to give us f of the square root of 17. In other words, we're going to take this value and go back to the f function, and all these x's are going to be replaced with the square root of 17. So 2 times square root of 17 minus 1. And that's pretty much it. Now, notice that g of f of 4 is the square root of 26, and f of g of 4 is 2 square root of 17 minus 1. These are not the same thing. So it's very important that we understand that there is no commutative property of compositions. In other words, f composed of g is not, in general, g composed of f. There are times where that happens, but that's just special cases. Now for this last one, we want to know f of g of negative 2. Well, let's look at that. F of g of negative 2. So let's go ahead and notice that we need to figure out what is g of negative 2 first. To do that, coming back up here and go to the g function, and the x's are going to be replaced with negative 2. So that's going to give us f, excuse me, there we go, f of the square root of 3 times negative 2 plus 5. And then simplify. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. So square root of negative 1 is what we have. But the problem with that is it's square root of negative 1 is an imaginary number. So this is not real. And I'm just going to leave it there. Because we're in a business class, meaning a business math class, meaning that we only want to deal with real numbers. Therefore, since it's not real, we can't continue. In other words, this negative 2 is not part of the domain of f composed of g of x. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.